Alright, hello everybody and welcome to South Park, The Fractured Butthole. My name is Ark, and in this Let's Play I'm putting the choices, as many of the choices I can, in my viewers' hands. I had posted on the Something Awful forums for the first choice of this episode, which is going to be our superpower, which will be revealed when I get to it. So make sure you sit back and enjoy South Park, and it's all new and raunchy goodness. Yeah. Never fart on someone's balls, even though we did that in the first game.
What has become of this city? There used to be laws, justice, not anymore. Crime is out of control, cats are missing, and townspeople are being victimized.
Oh, hey! Who pooped on my porch?
What's going on with you? Whoa! Whoa! We were supposed to protect those who couldn't protect themselves.
Get off my car, you little pecker!
Now superheroes are torn apart by political differences. We are two sides at war. But war isn't going to save our city. Time travel is my only hope now. Myths tell of ancient times, when a new king united a kingdom torn apart by a powerful stick.
Hi, hon.
Shut up, Mom! There's no time to waste. I have to go back, change the present if I can, and find his cat. And in doing so, perhaps I can change what has happened to all of us.
Title card. Alright, so what's actually really funny about that is you can try to skip it, but Cartman interrupts and is like, no, don't skip this, man, it's cool. And then if you keep doing it, and he's like, ah, fine, and it actually skips to the end credits, and it puts you back at the title screen. I wanted this hairstyle. We'll go. I'm just doing this real quick. Because, don't want any of that. I don't want any facial hair. Okay. Nah, I don't. Gonna be a goth kid. This was the funniest part of the beginning of this game. It doesn't it actually doesn't change the difficulty. It just
Don't worry, this doesn't affect combat.
It
Just
does that.
every other aspect of your whole life.
I'm just gonna go with this one. I just thought that was genius that they did that.
The Moorish are attacking! There's Moorish everywhere! Don't let them get to our base! It's too late! They've taken Koopa Keep! Ah! Dennis, they got the base! You gotta stop him! Fight the Moorish! Their armor is too strong! They're wearing bicycle helmets! Where is the king?
King douchebag. Now, the toilets are like in the first game, The Stick of Truth. The toilets are a mini game. It's just pretty much just like button mashing kind of thing, and pinch it off. And those club reward things is they're just cosmetic stuff. Like, I can make it look like I have like an Iron Man suit, which kind of looks stupid.
In this town so quickly.
We came here to hide. More friends just means more trouble.
You're being paranoid. You need to lay off that stuff. It's changing you.
Oh, lay off! It's the one thing that helps me relax from your stupid shit! Oh, hey, whippersnapper. Didn't see you there.
Your friends are downstairs, kiddo. Get out there and play.
Yeah.
What was I saying before?
Brought a towel. Hey, man,
Oh, and there's an Assassin's Creed one.
Bud. I'm gonna give you some tips from time to time because, well, who doesn't like tips, right? All right, then. I'll see you later.
And that's all that towel he does. And my dad's eating pot brownies. And just like before, like in the first game, you can go around, like, all these are crafting items. And these are the costumes that I was telling you about. And that's from these are all from the DLC, which I will be playing. I'll be playing after I finish the game. So I'm just kind of going around picking up everything, because that's what you're supposed to do, is open all the drawers and cabinets and pick up everything that you can.
My lord, the filthy Moorish are attempting to overtake Kupa Keep. You gotta come fight, my liege. You're our only hope.
Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. I actually think I forgot to check the kitchen. Because, I think my mom's crying.
Your friends are at the front door, honey. Go outside and play.
You can actually punch her, too. You can't... Well, there's a couple adults that you can fight. Like, you can fight Morgan Freeman. But, I won't be doing that till the end, because he's the hardest boss in the game. And now we'll get our combat basics. If you hit the enemy before they hit you, you get the combat advantage, which you can see in the bottom corner, which is the timeline. And, in this game, instead of a turn-based RPG kind of style like Final Fantasy, it's grid-based. And so it changes the dynamic of it, where you walk around and it just changes the whole flow of battle. And it says here about knockback damage, because you can knock the enemies into other enemies, as well as knock them into objects, and it'll deal extra damage to them. In this game, the only thing that I don't like is that they took away blocking. Blocking was one of the cool things about the Stick of Truth, where you could block incoming damage. Yeah, I am.
You can't take us all on.
Sure I can. I'm the king. King of all Zaron. Now this is talking about combat advantage here, about giving me the first turn. And then it talks about the timeline down in the corner. And this is the second power that I get as the new kid. This is the only time that I'm ever going to be using these powers. And as you can see here, this triangle one does it in a vertical line, so which is why I'm hitting both of these guys. And different powers have different grid tactics. Like for example, there's one that it's like a T kind of thing. There's another one that it's like in an X kind of formation. And there are ones that only work at, like, their support skills that only work on yourself. Like healing or shields or anything like that, which is kind of cool. I'm just going to take you out. I'm trying to think of what else. You also get, instead of 1 ally like in the first game, you get 3. So you can really build your team around your character. Like there's tank classes. I think the tanks are, there's Token, Craig, I think Wendy is a tank as well. DPS supports and stuff like that, which when we get to them, I'll explain about.
Oh, dude, no way. All that is lava?
Yep, everything from here to here is lava. You can't cross it.
Shit!
Oh no, it's lava.
We can't. They're saying everything in front of the door is lava.
Oh, that's not fair.
What do we do, McKin? You know, you die. Release the dragon!
I thought the people who made this game were genius. Like, it's just a big construction box that looks like a dragon.
It's... Pissed.
So now if they attack me first, they get the combat advantage, which makes sense. So I'm gonna knock this guy into the dragon, knock him out, and deal knockback damage. One of my favorite parts of this game is actually coming up, and I'll talk about it in just a second. Alright, so now this is the other combat mechanic where it's almost like a charged attack, and the red squares are bad.
Don't end your turn where
Which adds another tactic to the game where your positioning matters. Because if you're in the red squares, it's gonna hurt you.
Our king dodged it.
But it also hurts them.
Okay, if you get a fire breath attack, our king gets his hammer of heavenly rain.
This is my favorite part right here. It's not the hammer.
Car.
Car!
Stay out of the street, damn kids!
Like, that wasn't even necessary as a thing to add, but I thought it was great that they added that. Because they're just like, car! Because they're playing in the street. Of course there's gonna be a car. And now I get to smite the dragon. King Douchebag, the Dragon Slayer.
Oh my god, he defeated the dragon!
No frickin' way. That kid's amazing.
Damn right I am. And now I need to go to Koopa Key.
He's amazing. Maybe there's a way in through the garage, my lord. Well, King Douchebag is certainly skillful, warrior. Did you see how he moved that ladder and used it to climb up? He truly
Oh yeah,
is powerful
real hard.
all the realms.
Holy fuck, he's amazing.
Up.
I thought the
And if I don't do that QuickTime event right, that's what happens. There we go. I meant to do that on purpose.
What happened to the stick
Yeah.
of truth? The wizard had it thrown into the ocean. Lies! You shall feel the wrath of the Moorish.
Unhand him, you heathens! Release the Bardo, you'll have the king to deal with!
The king! They say he can slay a dragon with one blow.
That's right, and if you don't... wait, whoa, where is the wizard?
I thought he was with you guys. Now we got a distress signal to come help him here. The wizard is gone. My name is the Coon. I'm from the future. Dude, we said we're not playing that anymore. Yeah, we're all split up. What's the point? This is the point. In my time, there is a massive crime wave and missing cats. I knew my only hope was to assemble the team.
Hey, you can't switch games like this. Where's the stick of truth?
Shut up, Kevin. This isn't about some dumb stick. There's a cat in trouble, and it's the key to finding the crime syndicate new to our town. In the future. Crime syndicate? That sounds too heavy for Coon and friends. Well, what do you want, Clyde? You want the fucking Freedom Pals to find the missing cat? Get the $100 reward and make their superhero franchise more popular?
Fuck the Freedom Pals, dude.
That's right.
Hoopsikins! There's a loud ringing coming from your basement playroom.
The Coon Alert. Come on, Coon friends. Go get your stuff and report back to the Coon Lair. In the future. Coon and friends assemble. Sorry, guys, you can't play with us. We're playing superheroes now, and you guys are dorks.
And now we are out of ancient Zaron and into the world of Coon and
The boys
Friends.
are down in their little basement playroom.
Is
It seems like anything with a gold handle could be open. Give it a shot.
Thanks, Tally. So I showed this in my test footage, but if you've played this game before and you know the code... Oh, no, that's not it.
Fuck you, Mom.
Cartman shows up as the coach.
You just want to be known as a smoke-cheating bitch the rest of your life.
So you actually have to go up to his bedroom and get the code out of there. You can pet the kitty too. Pet the kitty. There's a trophy for yes, hi Tal. I'm gonna turn him off. I don't like him. He's just annoying.
Taking a potty break. You can get some neat stuff when you use the toilet.
So each toilet has their own difficulty. Like this one's a 3 stars, so I have to do 3 different of the mini games within the green bar of time. And like I said before, it's just button mashing. And I think if I remember correctly, there's 12. And as I go through the episodes, I'll show off where they are, and then I might do a guide video, just showcasing where all of them are as I go along. As well as there's another collectible. They're called Yowie pictures. That you collect for Craig's dad. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But if you get all of them, you get a really cool picture. So that's kind of cool. So now I just want to break this and then avert your eyes, because there's something really wrong with Cartman. Like, something really, really wrong with Cartman. And you see, I did put in the code right. It just wasn't... I wasn't supposed to do it yet. Alright, so now let's go downstairs and meet the Coon and friends.
Lava in front of my door.
But first we listen to
No,
this.
it's not hot, but my son told me I will burn to death if I try and cross it. Uh-huh. Oh, yes, he did tell me that if I step on a crack, it would break my mother's back. It won't.
It won't! That's so... I love the commentary in this game. And now we meet the Coon and friends.
That's not enough, Mosquito. We have to act fast before the Freedom Pals can. $100 reward. Do you know what that could mean to our superhero franchise?
That cat looks pretty old. Maybe it just died in the gutter somewhere.
Humankind, do I have to remind you that as of right now, Freedom Pals have 100 followers on Instagram? We have 6. The 5 of us and Billy Turner, who's a ginger.
Who's a ginger?
This is the key to finally beating those fuckers. But where do we start looking? That cat could be anywhere. We need to split up. Mosquito, take to the air and check out all the city parks.
You got it. Mosquito away.
Humankind, see if the cat is stuck up a tree somewhere. You've got the storm drain, Super Craig.
Woo! Super Craig.
Fast Pass, I need you to use your superhuman speed to get to the mayor's office and tell her we're on the case. Don't worry, Coon. You can count on Fast Pass to get there fast.
I like Super Craig because all he really says is Super Craig. And, this is my favorite part to get Cartman's attention.
Hey! Do not touch that! That device can blow up the entire Milky Way galaxy! Jesus, fuck! Mom! The new kid is trying to play with the cube of ultimate destruction!
You be nice to all your friends, Eric.
Be a good sharer.
Sharer, it'll blow up the fucking galaxies! Stupid bitch! Look, dude, we already told you, you can't play. You aren't a superhero. You don't have a costume. You don't have any superpowers. Alright, look, you can watch us play superheroes as long as you don't get in the way. Make yourself useful. Go grab me the Stefancy device. It's over there.
So, now it teaches us about inspection mode, which essentially it allows you to view like all the interactable things that you can do. Whether it's something that you can destroy or something that you need an ally for.
really want to be a superhero, huh? Play with the big boys? Well, maybe. Maybe you can be useful. Have a seat at the table, douchebag. Let's see, Mosquito's ABL. Not there. That's Mosquito's seat. Not there either, stupid. Alright, in order to play superheroes, you have to have a superhero persona. Then you can fill out your character sheet on Coonstagram. Do you have a Coonstagram page? Oh boy, you're not even on Coonstagram, huh? Well, I guess I can create one for you. Fucking unbelievable. Let's see. So the first thing we need to fill out on your character sheet is your class. You know, what kind of superhero are you?
Okay, and by popular vote, the class that we will be starting out with is the Netherborn. I don't have, it doesn't, like, I choose this, and yeah, it just starts out. So what I'm gonna do is,
what terrible thing in your past drives you. You see, douche, all superheroes have a compelling backstory. It's from that backstory that their powers gain meaning. Let's take you back to when you were just a child. You lay awake that night. Like so many other nights, you couldn't sleep because you knew you weren't like the other kids. You walked to the mirror.
So you can mess with Cartman.
Walked to the mirror. Over there, the mirror.
Alright, Cartman, I'll go.
Alone, and that's when it happened. A loud noise. You swore you could hear your mother calling for help.
Oh yeah, she's calling for help, alright.
Out in the hallway, you saw two intruders in front of your parents' door. You had to stop them from hurting your parents. You knew you had the power to stop them, so for the first time, you called upon your Netherborn powers. Hit one of them with your ghastly grasp power, then watch closely. It'll chain to all adjacent enemies. Pretty cool, right? You'll rue the day you mess with vampire kind. You can knock back a group of these assholes with your soul slash attack. Lean into it next time. Let us end this.
I'm better now.
Channel the dark forces. Your third power does different stuff depending on if you target an ally or enemy. You got it, butthole. Embrace the darkness within you.
I am the night. Roar!
Show no weakness.
My turn.
Time to try out your ultimate, butthole. An ultimate Netherborn becomes death, literally. You're powered up for the next 3 turns. Mortal. This was only going to end one way. And so you beat them. All seemed to be okay, but then you finally reached your parents' door. And what you saw when you opened that door changed your life forever and led you to fighting crime. You were too late, because when you opened that door, you saw your dad fuck your mom. Wow, that's a pretty heavy backstory. You fight crime because you never forgot the night you weren't in time, and you saw your own father, the man you trusted, fuck your mom. It's like a ripple in time you can't ever change, isn't it? All right, now that you're a superhero, I have a mission for you. I need you to go out into town and try to get as many followers as you can on Coonstagram. It's the only way our franchise will survive.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put it in my editing, is I'm going to put the footage of showing off my powers with Kenny, and like in between that section, just to show them off. Alright, now I gotta go get followers on Coonstagram. I gotta take a selfie. And this is the other thing that inspection mode does, is that it shows who I can take selfies with. And so what I'm gonna do is just get all the selfies that I need. And what's really cool is that you can change your you can make funny faces. And certain people, with certain people, you need certain requirements. Most of the time, it's like a certain number of followers. And you can take selfies with them. Other times, like I'll show you over here, like he won't take a selfie with me because I don't have enough followers. Now this guy, if I open the mailbox for him, then he'll take a selfie with me.
You're the real deal, little superhero. A selfie? Sure, kid.
Let's take a selfie. I angry. And now I should be able to take a selfie with these guys. And you can zoom out and zoom in. And like just put yourself right in front of him. All it does is just gain followers. What's weirdly enough though is that there's not a trophy for Coonstagram followers. I always thought that was kind of weird. I mean, it works for me because there's like hundreds of them. Like in the first game, you had to get Facebook followers.
You're gaining followers pretty fast. Keep up the good work. I'm still having trouble reaching some of the Coon friends. You might want to see what's going on.
Alright, so now we got, now it shows us our overall map, as well as our missions that we have. So L1 to view the missions. And then, so these are the next missions that we have, is we have to find Human Kite and Super Craig. And as you can see on the map right next to, right here, that means that I can't go through here yet until I meet some sort of requirement. So these are the two missions that I have. And then this is just a overall mini-map that will help me. I'm going to grab this last follower, just so that I don't have to get him later. And I think there's one more. Right over here.
You're friends now, I guess.
And the last thing that I'm going to show off is one of the first power spots that we need, which is in here. So there are different areas like that we can't access. For example, this one right here. I need Captain Diabetes because he has like a super strength thing. So you need certain allies to fulfill certain requirements for puzzles. There's 4 of them, as well as another thing that you might need are fart powers, which are different from in the first game. Like, there's a couple different ones. Most of them just manipulate time. And that is going to do it for this intro of South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Next episode, we'll be finding our allies, as well as starting to fill out our character sheet. I will be playing ahead in this next episode to figure out what the choices will be, and the links to the straw polls for them will be down in the description. So I do hope that you like this first episode. If you do, be sure to stay tuned in for the rest of the series. As always, my name is Ark, this has been South Park, and I will see you all